Open the damn door. There was a dull, aching pain in her side as a gust of icy wind drove her slightly off balance. She shifted the load over her shoulder, her fingers throbbing as she pounded on the door. When the night maid finally appeared, Minna brushed past her in a fury. Took bloody long enough, she thought, but murmured a perfunctory "Good evening," and descended a dimly lit stairway to the basement kitchen. She carefully placed her bundle on a cot near the Beast, the enormous black furnace by the scullery. A frail, drowsy child emerged from the blankets and sat there silently as Minna pushed the cot closer to the furnace, slid the thin mattress back on its frame, and settled the child beneath a feeble candle flickering on a wooden shelf. "Fräulein Bernet, you're wanted upstairs. The mistress has been ringing for over an hour," the night maid said, adjusting her starched white cap. "Everyone suffers when you run about," she added, sighing heavily as she bent over and wiped a mud print from the stairs. "I told the mistress you went for a walk, but she wasn't having any of it, said you must have gone somewhere. If you must know, we've been out gargling gin, haven't we, Flora?" "Yes, Fräulein," Flora said with a weak smile. "And then we went to the doctor." "The child's delirious," Minna said. "Cover up, dear, it's freezing in here." There was a draught coming from somewhere that made her long for dry clothes, and her head was pounding. She put her hand in her skirt pocket and fingered the brown paper parcel of medicine. Thank God, still there. Earlier that day, Minna had discovered Flora in a terrible state, attempting to do her chores but coughing so hard it brought her to her knees. Several times Minna had dunked the pathetic little thing, wailing and hiccuping, in a cold bath to break the fever, but nothing seemed to work. The child was doomed, her cheeks shining with fever, the sweating sickness getting worse and worse. Minna could stand it no longer. She bundled her up, and without a word to anyone, set out to take the child to the doctor. "My throat hurts," Flora whimpered, struggling for breath as Minna rang the bell at the physician's office. "He'll take care of you," she answered, with an air of conviction she did not feel. "You're the Baroness's charge, and very important." An elderly gentleman appeared in the doorway, blotting his mustache with a linen napkin. Minna could see a woman sitting at the dining table across the room, and there was an aroma of boiled beef and wine. "Herr Doctor, my employer, the Baroness Wolf, wishes immediate treatment for this child. She is most concerned." The doctor hesitated a moment as Minna pushed by him, launching into a litany of the child's ailments: fever, coughing, nausea, loss of appetite. There was little reason to doubt her authority. Even without her overcoat, and despite the muck on her clothes, she was an elegant woman, willowy, with a straight back, smooth skin, and perfect diction. In addition, she was a most convincing liar. "Could she possibly have scarlet fever?" Minna asked as the doctor led her to his offices in the back. "Unspecified infection," he concluded after an examination. "Bed rest for at least a month. Linens changed twice a week. Lozenges for the sore throat, and Bayer's heroin for her cough." Minna listened, nodding her head in agreement, all the while knowing what the doctor advised would be impossible to carry out in this household. In any event, how in heaven's name did Minna ever think she could get away with this? Her days, her evenings, even her Sundays belonged to the Baroness. She was expected to serve at the pleasure of her employer, and tardiness often meant instant dismissal. Minna thought of Herr Doctor's orders as she laid her hand on Flora's clammy forehead.